Hello, 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 ladies and gents, and welcome back to Behind the Lens, where we speak to the fighters fighting on CSL 9 Mayhem in the Midlands. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a card. And joining me today is the man himself, Zay Kombat, who will be
Let's go.
fighting for the lightweight Midlands title against Kofi Genius. We saw at the press conference only a few days ago, Zay was there. His opponent, Kofi, unfortunately couldn't make it. But let's take a step back. Let's get back to the basics. How are you doing, Zay?
Alhamdulillah. God's always blessing me every day. I'm grateful. Just working as hard as I can every single day, really.
100%. He says he's working hard. Before we got onto the live stream for this, he said, I'm literally just outside the gym, which goes to show how serious he is taking this fight. But
Alhamdulillah.
before the 2nd of November, you've got a fight this weekend as well. Talk us through that.
Yeah, to be fair, you know what it is? I'm fighting for Kofi 5 rounds next Saturday. I thought, you know, 2 titles in 2 weeks. I mean, it's quite a good way to end the year, really. That was literally my imagination coming together, and inshallah, I've manifested it and it's going to happen, inshallah.
Of course, manifestation is really important in this game. You know, if you don't believe in yourself, then you can't expect other people to believe in yourself. But obviously, looking to this fight against Kofi Genius, are you concerned with Kofi because he won the Contender Show? Obviously, he's making his debut on the CSL, but he does come with some sort of pedigree to this fight.
You know what it is, Sani, yeah? Um, I don't underestimate any opponent. That's first and foremost. Secondly, fair play to Kofi. I was actually in the room when he got that knockout, so fair play to him. Again, is it against somebody? I don't know. So what I'm saying is, everyone can knock out a nobody. It's time to put two people who are of good ability together to see who's gonna come out on top. So Kofi, all the best. I hope you're having a good camp and whatnot. November 2nd, I'm 100% ready. I hope you're going to be ready too, bro.
No, of course. And speaking of the camp as well, we saw you out in CSL 9. I
Mhm.
mean, I'd never seen you fight before then. I will hold my hands up. But then when I saw that fight, first round, within 30 seconds, you stopped the guy. I was in shock. Are we expecting something similar? Or are you going to pace yourself considering it's 5 rounds for a title?
To be fair, that fight, um, I don't. To be fair, I still imagine it this day. Like, it's a bit crazy. I can't even. I don't even remember it happening. Like, it
Mm.
was just crazy. But Alhamdulillah, that was a good night, man. I think it was 8 seconds, 9 seconds. Um,
I
and the
lost
way
count.
I've been training for that fight, the camp was pure aggressiveness, ferociousness. Hence the fast start. Look, I didn't give it time to test the waters or anything. Like, I got straight in, and it paid off. And you know what the craziest thing about that, Sani, is, yeah, my coach Naz, big up Team Evolution Gym. He said to me before the fight, he said, when you land that right hand, the fight's
Mm.
gonna be over. And Sani, I landed that right hand within 9 seconds, and the fight was over. So the belief I have in my coach is unreal. So yeah, shout out to them, man.
No, of course. And let's obviously go through that gym that you're at, Evolution in Coventry, I believe,
Let's
if
go.
I'm not mistaken. There's a
Yep,
few other fighters on the card that are from that camp. Your stablemate Leo Khan is also
yep.
there. And something you mentioned at press conference was this work rate, how you won't get outworked by anyone. Is that something that you feel Kofi will be able to keep up with in this fight?
I do believe it's Kofi's first 5 round fight, so it's going to be interesting to see um, if he can maintain that level of sharpness. Um, and for myself as well, it's always good to test the waters. The fight I've got this week is 4 rounds. So it'd be a pretty good warm up fight, and then we've got Kofi coming in next Saturday, inshallah. And we're just gonna see how that goes. But I'm confident in my abilities. My team's confident in my abilities, and yeah, it's gonna be a good night of boxing.
No, of
Fantastic
course,
night of boxing,
fantastic
inshallah.
night. You don't need anyone else to say but Zay Combat.
Let's
Looking back
go.
to this fight as well, I mean, since I've known you, you've been very, very confident. You believe in yourself. You have that manifestation that you think everything's going to happen.
Yeah.
But this is a title fight on the CSL. This is the first title you'll be fighting for on Combat Sports League. Do you rise to pressure? Have you seen that in your career so far?
To be fair, if you follow my career, you know that I've fought on Ali show quite a few times. Ali's actually helped me progress quite a bit in my boxing career so far. So shout outs to Ali, the promoter. Also, I think when you get to a certain level of pressure, a certain level of fighting, sorry, the pressure isn't really a thing you deal with anymore. Nowadays, I did used to deal with the pressure, but
Mm.
nowadays for me, it's more so I'm excited for fight night. I can't wait for it bring it on. There's no what ifs or doubts in my head. It's always positive energy, no negativity in my camp throughout the whole training process. There's no negativity, so that is what is going to be shown on fight night as well.
Of course, I can't wait for this fight. It's going to be an absolute cracker. And we did
Inshallah.
see you and Kofi at, I think it was the gym in Moseley. You had your face off, for example, and you shook hands. You kind of said, let's keep it respectful. What did you think when you first saw him?
To be fair, you know what it is like. Even for myself, I don't feel like there's a need to talk shit in boxing. You know, I've always said to myself as well as a promise, like, never talk shit unless the other guy does. And so far, Kofi's not said anything. You know, he seems like a humble guy. Um, you know, he seems like a lad that's just doing his thing. He's boxing. He isn't really too public himself, so he's not the type of guy that looks to talk shit. So alhamdulillah, it's just gonna be two people that train hard. You know, with good ability at boxing. Um, and I can't wait, Sani. I cannot wait. I'm counting the days. Honestly, bro. Honestly, bro. But I can't wait, man.
He's giddy. And also, I think for yourself as well, it's quite a big step up in terms of not only are you fighting for a title, but you'll be on the main card, obviously a 5-rounder. You won't really be on the undercard per se. So this is where you'll have a lot of eyes on this fight. You can make a statement, and who knows where you can go from there. I mean,
Inshallah.
I mentioned one of your stablemates, Jay Marley. Obviously, he's obviously doing it in the amateurs, but you know that's someone that I think that is good to have in the camp. Would you not say?
Yeah, Jay Mali. Like, if there was one word to describe Jay Mali, that would be bad man. You know, he's seen all types of boxers. He's fought all types of boxers. Everyone spoke shit to him. What did he do? He cleaned up the whole scene. And you know, the way that he shows himself as well as a person, not just boxing, but everything. His story is a good story to tell. And you know what? Shout outs to Jay. I promise you, Jay Mali will be world champion. In the pros, inshallah. I know that. So having him in my camp and training alongside him, you know, it is like even yesterday. I was training with him yesterday. Matter of fact, we had some sparring rounds, and they were good rounds, solid rounds. Alhamdulillah. So shout out to Evo. You know, it's always good to have seasoned fighters, experienced fighters in the camp, and to help you really sharpen your tools.
No, of course. And obviously, we haven't got long left. You know, you've got training as well today. You know, it's not long until the fight as well. But have you got any final words for your opponent before the 2nd of November?
Kofi, you know how it goes, bro. Inshallah, just turn up. We have a good night of boxing. 5 rounds. I'm ready. I'm more than ready, bro. It's gonna be explosive. Inshallah, I'll see you soon. And other than that, bro, I hope you're well.
Cool. And one final message for your fans, your friends, your family, your coaches, etc.
Yeah, big up everybody. I've got a lot of friends. Big up my boy Leo Khan. You know, I've done this whole camp with him. You know, I've seen his boxing progress as well, boxing IQ, fitness, everything. So expect a big explosive fight from him as well. Evolution Gym, my guys, always my guys. You know, always got me covered in camp. Always, you know, sharpening me up. Big up Shaz Fitness, Jay Mali, and everyone who's just following my career. You know, anyone who purchases a ticket or even the pay-per-view. You know, big up yourself. You know, like it helps a lot. And unless you're a fighter or a boxer, you're not really gonna know what that means. But all my boxers, you know how it feels when someone buys a ticket from you or buys a pay-per-view. Like you always remember that. So big up everyone. Thank you very much for supporting me.
No, of course. And I reiterate his message. You know, if you can't make it there in person, make sure you do buy the pay per view. It's Mayhem in the Midlands, CSL 9, Saturday, the 2nd of November. Doors open at 4 o'clock. It's going to be an absolute barn fest of a card. And of course, you've got the man himself right here, Zay Kombat, fighting for the Midlands lightweight belt against Kofi Genius. I can't wait to be there. I'll be there on commentary. Who knows? You might have a first round knockout again. I'll be in shock again. That's the thing. But you know, Kofi may bring the power. But either way, it's going to be an absolute great fight. I can't wait to be there. And who knows, we may even see you there live at the conference suite. But as always, guys, until next time, peace.